So the LIV-10. First thing before we get into the features or specifics, how did you come up with the name LIV-10? Is it LIV-10 or is it LIV-10?
Actually, it's LIV-10. How do we come up with this chair is because during the pandemic, we have a lot of work from home customers, and they are using not just working desks, they are using different type of desks like standing desks, coffee desks, dining desks,
Yeah.
So all these desks come with different heights, and for them to save space, they want to push the chair in. So before the LIV launch, all our armrests, right, all they are fixed, even though they are up down, but they are still certain height that they cannot push the chair into the desk.
Oh yes,
You get what I mean?
correct.
So that's why we came up LIV, which is the armrest can fold upwards, so they can fit into.
So you can just
desks.
fold up the
Yeah.
armrest and move it into the desk.
Exactly. And if you do remember that our first launch of LIV, we only have one locking mechanism. It's like a quite budget.
Oh yeah, meaning you can only
quite-
go back one time.
Yeah, you cannot lock the recline, and it's not
One
as,
angle.
Yeah, it's not as nice to recline.
So how about now?
Because we can see there's a lot of customer like this chair.
Yeah, in fact, it's actually our best-selling chair.
Yeah, and we're trying to make this chair even better. I think after the launch, a few months later, we added a few stuff, which is the 3 locking mechanism and the seat slider. These two things, we don't really increase the price very much and fairly. So the sales of the LIV is increasing more again. So that's where it came from. And also LIV-10 is my personal favorite chair.
You see, among all the other chairs, it's all black, grey. Like
What
LIV
came
was
out-
the first chair where it came out, which was a little bit more on the greyish end, and it was very, very unique.
Yeah, because the LIV where people sit at home, so it's kind of lifestyle, not just chair that in the office that's so boring or you can call it normal. So we try to make the chair more lively. That's what we call LIV, lively, something like
Like life.
lifestyle. That's not how I came that name from. So to make the chair not just so simple like black color, we try to make something like a home style, that kind of feel.
I see.
Yeah, so we came out grey color, and you can see the design is quite something like
It's a bit different
minimalistic.
from the...
Minimalistic, yeah.
I see.
So quite a bit different look from our chair that we used to launch. So that's why at first, some people ask, hey, the LIV chair.
And I
design,
think the
like,
most...
doesn't fit into the.
Yeah, it doesn't fit into our product line,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
think and the best part is that when everyone was skeptical about it, and somehow during the pandemic, it became our bestseller and even overtook, like later we'll explain more about like CG and DT and other chairs. It overtook it and became like the king for now.
Yeah, we have upgrades for LIV as well this year, so yeah, stay tuned.
Okay, you say it's your most favorite chair. What was it that really made it your favorite chair?
I would say the size of the chair is very, very suitable to me because, like I say, I'm a small size person, so I really love that chair. And when you really try it, it's so hard to find
I think
the
it's
perfect
something
size for it.
that you have to experience it on your own. And like as you can see, like among all our female customers, it's like the main go-to. And even for myself, I think it's so versatile because sometimes I don't like being restricted. I just like, okay, just move it up.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
And then
it's
I have free ends to do my stretching.
Yeah.
And then another way is like it feels perfectly proportioned. Like it's not too heavy on the base, it's not too heavy on the back. I think it fits our Asian body just fine. So I think that's why in Malaysia, right, it really sells so like hotcakes.
Yeah. I mean, even all our chairs we design based on the local market.
Yeah, local
standard
ergonomics.
people size. We don't really do things that out of the box.
So let me introduce to you the LIV-10. It's one of our best-selling chair in outer seat. So I think let's get Ben's take on what's so special and how he actually created the LIV-10. So it start off by the headrest.
Yep, the headrest we have a 2-dimensional headrest. You can adjust the angle
Okay.
and the
And height up and down.
Correct.
Okay, pretty straightforward. And how about the lumbar support? Lumbar
We
support
have
feels-
a spring lumbar support, and also the lumbar support is adjustable height. So you can adjust up and down, and you can feel the lumbar
Yeah, it
support.
feels like
spring
two hands are like
Yeah.
pressing me.
Correct,
And then but it's quite bouncy compared to the normal hard ones, right?
Yep.
I know this one is pretty unique compared to all our usual collection. Sure.
Yep.
What's so special about it?
That's where you can fold the armrest upwards, and where you can fit into the most desks.
You can just go in, right? Because
Correct.
some desks have different height. So I think with this, right, you can just fit in almost every desk.
Yep.
So, and of course, you can move left and right. Okay, this is pretty
This is
solid.
something a bit special from the market because most people can just adjust the armrest
dimensions.
upwards only. So we do something more than people could.
So what about the cushion? The cushion looks a bit different, not as thick as the usual motor foam.
We are still using a high density polyethylene motor foam as well. The density is also 65 kgms per meter, and yeah, the quality is the same, and we also come with a 10-year seat warranty. Just
It's just the design and the color.
Yeah, this is slightly designed to make the chair looks more lively instead of just black color because, as we mentioned, this chair are mostly for work from home users to put inside their home, make it more look minimalistic. Something special.
Okay. So what about the mechanism and function? So I know there's 2 levels here. So what's the first one?
We have quite plenty functions for this chair. So we have 3 locking recline functions.
So first one is here.
Yep.
Wow. And pull out. And then the second one here.
And the
pull
last
out.
one is the
And then the last one will be the original position. So I just need to pull out and plug it in.
Correct.
Okay. So and then this is the height. Just push it up and down. And what about this? What does this do?
This one we have a slit slider function. So that's where you can adjust your seat depth in and out.
So if I press this button up and I slide outwards, it lengthens and covers more of my thigh. Some people like to sit in a cross-leg position. I think that is like much better.
Yep.
So if you don't want to, you just press it up and it goes back to original. So it covers less part of my thigh, right?
Yep. Mostly for shorter people.
Shorter people. So what about the base? I feel like the base is quite unique. It's very shiny.
For base, we are using Class 4 gas lift, one of the highest grade in the world. You can say that one of the best quality in the world. So at this price range, you're using all the best that we could. That's why it is very worth buying it. And other than gas lift, we have heavy duty chrome steel base.
Chrome steel.
PU caster.
So what's the difference between aluminium and steel?
Aluminium will be slightly dull color.
Dull color, but steel is more sharp, right?
For chrome steel base will be more shinier color.
Okay, that's why I would say LIV is one of our best-selling chairs. It has so many functions and for a very, very affordable price. What's the price that we are selling it right now?
We are selling 600 to 700 ringgit.
Yeah, at a
600
ringgit range. So basically, a lot of you have wondered like, hey, why is it a little bit different? So basically, this is actually our version 2 of our LIV. We can actually compare like what's the difference between our LIV-1 and our LIV-2. So perhaps we can bring the LIV-1 in to actually show. So let me put the LIV-2 aside first.
So there are people wondering the first version and the second version of LIV, why there's a price difference is because we made quite a major upgrade on the version. So the first version that we have is just one locking mechanism. So as you can see, you cannot lock the recline position. And if you notice when you try to recline, the whole chair itself is reclining, because the mechanism is basically
it's like stick in one, like the backrest and the cushion is together.
Yeah, stick together. That's why the whole chair moves itself instead of the backrest and the seat separately.
So it creates some kind of feeling where you want to actually fall backwards, because once I recline, I feel like
your whole
I'm
body
actually,
is reclining backwards.
falling backwards.
Yeah. That's the things that we notice that we're trying to improve.
I feel like compared with the LIV version 2, when we actually lean backwards, only the backrest actually goes backwards, but the cushion maintains where it is, so you don't feel that feeling of like falling backwards.
It moves a little bit, but not a very big movement, just a little bit.
Yeah. And of course you can lock and just relax. And it feels like your entire body holds in place, Overall, I think that is the entire reason why we constantly improve. And that's where we have this LIV version 2. And in terms of price range, I think it's not much of a price difference, right?
We have previously about 70 ringgit to 100 ringgit difference, but we increased from one locking mechanism to 3 locking mechanism plus seat slider. So at that kind of price with such major upgrades, so that's still a very, very worth buying chair.
So guys, there you have it, our best selling chair, the LIV-10.